Hi everyone, it's Christiane. Thank you for tuning into my channel here. I'm happy to be here. I've been having a lot of really interesting conversations over the past 24 hours, and I've been able to do quite a few readings for people that seem to have a sort of common trend. What I've been seeing a lot, I mean, being the full moon in Pisces, it's sort of wrapped around the idea of subconscious archetypes for humanity, and these kind of archetypal symbolisms or symbols that are amongst all of humanity, like certain things that we dream about, and things that we fear, and things that we're excited for, or things that we desire. Like, all of humanity shares some of these kind of common trends, and I've been talking a lot about what those are. I've been having a lot of strange dreams. I don't know if anyone else has. I keep dreaming about San Francisco. It sounds strange, but in my dream last night there was kind of a vicious riot or a vicious argument amongst hundreds and hundreds of people just in downtown San Francisco. And I remember trying to take video, and it wasn't going well. And I just felt pretty in danger, you know, but I was also very curious, trying to see like what was going on, what were these people's stances that they were looking for, or they were looking to be heard on. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing my full moon reading. I really love these. I really am enjoying. I've always been, you know, being a witch, I've always been a big fan of the full moon, always been really excited, and always kind of taken notice of when the full moon occurs and what happens amongst people. So these have been kind of my favorite readings that I've done. This is the second one I've done. I did another one earlier, and it felt like the energy was off, and not just that, but my camera just stopped working. So I'm trying to replicate everything. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are kind of not taking things so serious. That's a common theme that I've been hearing a lot too, is what are we doing how can we just be nicer to ourselves, but be honest with ourselves, and to do these things that, like, to not deny these sort of desires that we have, or not, you know, just not deny these parts of ourselves that we know that we want, or we know that we don't want. How can we just be real and be kind at the same time? Okay, so this is what I got going on here. Let's see what we have. Oh my god, so I pulled this the first time too, so I'm not surprised. That's awesome. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, I personally like her because I admire her. I would love to be here. If you go onto my website, it's covered in sunflowers. The sunflowers remind me of my mom. Sunflowers representing the sun, but they're representative of abundance and like the peak of health, the peak of loveliness, and the peak of resources that we have. Like, what is it that we have that we are on top of? What do we have in our life? What areas of our life are we truly like the queen of the arena? How can we sit, and how can we kind? This is a very kind queen. She's just a kind of a flaunting queen at times, and she looks so nice, and she's got her little animal, and so she cares for Earth as much as she cares for our animal allies, and she rules in the same manner. So how can you use your priorities, and how can you use the things that you're passionate about and that you care about in order to create change in the world around you? Next card, Nine of Wands. I love this card too. She's fierce, man. So you look at her, and I love the sunset coming from behind her. That's my favorite time of day, is sunset, where everything starts turning yellow. It kind of reminds me of Pocahontas, where she's like running through the forest and everything's bright yellow, and it makes my heart so happy. Both of the things we're seeing right now are about the sun. The first one seems like the sun is just now rising, and we're getting ready to take on the day, whereas the second card, the sun is fading a little bit, but we've had the whole day to ourselves, and we've already accomplished so much, and we're still ready. We still have the ample ability to continue to fight for what we want. And that's what this card is. So this is the queen while she's on the throne, and this is the queen when she's in the battlefield. What do we have that we need to fight for, or that we care so much about, that we're able to put ourselves on the front lines to defend? The Two of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing is that this is a card of balance. When I pulled this card for a reading earlier for a woman, it had to do with dealing with the spiritual side of yourself, and like this theoretical side of yourself versus the side of yourself that you've actually experienced, or like knowledge versus experience, fear versus love, like just these two sides of ourself. And it could be something that's very well physical. The Pentacle suit is always having to do with money and material. So maybe there's something in our lives that we're trying to create we're trying to create something physical through our passions. So people that are trying to start businesses, or people that are trying to take the next step to their business, we're being asked to find this sort of balance. And how can we make the right decisions and make the right outline and prepare properly, and then also be able to take life by the balls and actually create and obtain that change and obtain that success that we're looking for. I feel like I really resonate with these. I really love these. I just love these women. These are two of my favorite cards, especially this one. And they're just they're strong, they're powerful, and they're kind at the same time. They're just really passionate, and they're really willing to follow that passion and follow that drive. That doesn't I know that the full moon, which is what we're talking about right now, this is for the next month or so, up until the next full moon, and I'll do a new moon reading, and I'll continue to do these. And if anyone is looking for a reading, go ahead and like or comment down here at the bottom, or go ahead and subscribe to me at Sailor Owen. Thank you so much, you guys, for your time and for listening into what I have to say. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy to do what I do and do what I do for you. Okay, thank you guys so much. Happy full moon.